Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 7, Lesson 52, and we're turning our attention to pronouns, those small words that stand in for nouns. Every pronoun has a partner it points back to, and today we learn that partner's name and the two ways a pronoun has to match it. Let's get into it. Every pronoun is a stand-in for a noun. Take this sentence. Maya grabbed her coat and ran out the door. The word her is doing real work here, but it cannot do that work alone. It points backward to a noun we already met. That noun is Maya, and grammar has a name for it, the antecedent. An antecedent is simply the word a pronoun refers to, or the word a pronoun replaces. Maya is the antecedent. Her is the pronoun standing in for it. Say that word with me. Antecedent. Everything in this lesson depends on it, because here is the law. A pronoun must agree with its antecedent. It has to match the noun it points back to, and it has to match in two different ways. The first way a pronoun has to match its antecedent is in number. Number just means one thing, or more than one thing. Listen, the violinist tuned her strings. Only one violinist is playing, so the pronoun pointing back at her must be singular too. And that's why we say her and not their. Now watch what happens when I make the antecedent plural. The violinists tuned their strings. Two or more violinists now, so the pronoun turns plural. Their. Nothing else in the sentence moved an inch. So here is the rule, simple to say and easy to forget. Count the antecedent first, then match the count. The second way a pronoun has to match is in gender. English pronouns come in three flavors. Masculine, he, him, his. Feminine, she, her, hers. And neuter, for things that aren't a he or a she at all. It and its. Watch the pronoun change while the rest of the sentence holds still. Marcus fixed his bicycle. Marcus is masculine, so we reach for his. Priya fixed her bicycle. Priya is feminine, so we reach for her. And the bicycle lost its chain. A bicycle is a thing, neither he nor she, so we use the neuter pronoun its. Notice that the pronoun never gets to pick its own gender. It takes the gender of the antecedent every single time. Now, a real question comes up all the time. What if you don't know the gender of the antecedent? Or the antecedent could be anyone at all. Take a noun like student. Every student brought their notebook. Student doesn't tell us he or she. It could honestly be either. Modern usage handles that by accepting the singular they and their, and you will see it everywhere in careful writing. But there is an even cleaner fix, and it is the one I would reach for first. Rewrite the whole sentence in the plural. All students brought their notebooks. Now the antecedent is genuinely plural. Their is genuinely plural, and nobody can argue with it. When the gender is unknown, go plural, and the problem simply disappears. Antecedents can also come in pairs. If you remember compound subjects from Lesson 46, you already know how this is going to go. Listen, Nina and Theo packed their gear. Two antecedents joined by and simply add up. Two people, so the pronoun is plural. Their. But join two antecedents with or with nor, and they don't add up at all. Instead, the pronoun agrees with the nearer antecedent, whichever one is sitting closest to it. Neither Nina nor the twins packed their gear. Here, the nearer antecedent is twins, which is plural, so the pronoun comes out plural too. Flip the order of those two nouns, and the pronoun flips right along with it. It is the very same rule you learned for verbs, just wearing pronoun clothes. There is one more antecedent worth watching, the collective noun. Remember from lesson 45 that a collective noun, jury, team, committee, names a whole group with a single word, and that it can behave as one body or as many members. The pronoun simply follows whichever way the group is behaving. The jury announced its verdict. The jury is speaking with one voice here, acting as a single body, so the pronoun is singular, its. Now take the same jury behaving differently. The jury took their seats. 12 people, 12 chairs. The members are moving one at a time, as individuals, so the pronoun turns plural. There. Same noun, two different pronouns. Before you choose, ask the question, one body or many members? Let's fold the whole lesson into a 3-step check you can run in a second. Step 1. Find the antecedent, the noun the pronoun is pointing back at. Step 2. Match its number. Is that noun one or more than one? A singular antecedent takes a singular pronoun. A plural antecedent takes a plural one. Step 3. Match its gender. He, him, and his for masculine, she, her, and hers for feminine, it and its for a thing. And when the gender is unknown or the antecedent could be anyone, remember the escape hatch. Make the whole thing plural, and there does the job for everybody. Ready to practice? In this first set, each sentence is missing its pronoun. Find the antecedent, check its number and its gender, and then pick the pronoun that matches. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. Elena polished blank telescope. Find the antecedent first. That is Elena. One person, so the pronoun must be singular. And Elena is feminine, so the pronoun must be feminine as well. So the answer is her. The hikers pitched blank tents at dusk. The antecedent is hikers, and that is more than one person, so the pronoun has to be plural. His would only cover a single man. The answer is there. The old oak dropped blank leaves early. The antecedent is oak, one single tree, and a tree is neither a he nor a she. One thing, neuter gender, so the answer is its. Now the antecedents get trickier. Compound antecedents joined by and or by nor, and a collective noun at the end. Same 3 steps, just used with a little more care. Pause and try each before I answer. Nina and Theo repaired blank canoe. 2 antecedents joined by and remember, and adds them up. 2 people take a plural pronoun, so the answer here is there. Neither the coach nor the players brought blank bottles. This one is joined by nor, so nothing adds up. Slide your eye to the nearer antecedent, the one sitting closest to the pronoun. That is players, and players is plural, so we choose the plural pronoun. The committee published blank final report. Committee is a collective noun, so ask the question, one body or many members? A single report published by the whole group speaking with one voice. That is the group acting as one, so the pronoun is singular, and the answer is its. Let's gather it all up. An antecedent is the noun a pronoun refers to, and a pronoun must agree with its antecedent, always. It has to agree in number. A singular antecedent takes a singular pronoun, and a plural antecedent takes a plural pronoun. And it has to agree in gender. His for masculine, her for feminine, its for a thing. When the gender is unknown or could be anyone, the singular they is accepted. but the cleanest move is to rewrite in the plural and let there do the work for everyone. Watch for compound antecedents, where and goes plural, while or and nor follow the nearer noun. And watch for collective nouns, where the group can be one or many. That is pronoun-antecedent agreement. I'll see you in the next lesson.